If you or anyone around you are affected by the subjects of today's podcast, you can reach out to get help, advice, or support from our charity partners, Women's Aid, at womensaid.org.uk, or the Yorkshire-based organisation IDAS at idas.org.uk. You can also find these links and reach out to us directly via our website takebackthebeat.co.uk or email us at takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. That's takebackthebeattour@gmail.com.
Take back the beat. Hello.
Hello, darling.
Hello. Welcome to Take
Take
Back the Beat.
Voice
Voice notes.
There we go. Gorgeous.
There you go.
How the
My
devil
favorite.
are you?
I'm good. How the devil are you?
I'm wonderful.
We had a little week off of a podcast, guys.
We
If
did.
anyone's crying, I'm so sorry.
We did. We had a little break.
We did.
We haven't had a week off yet since we did it, so we had a little check out.
We did. We've been a bit busy
Yeah.
in all good things, and we're starting phase 2, guys, of Take Back the Beat.
Woo, very exciting things. Very.
Marvel fans out there, we're heading into Age of Ultron, but we're very excited.
I had no clue what
I know,
you
I
and
knew
the
you wouldn't.
producer were talking about in the group. I was like, ha ha, ha ha.
Literally, like, Simon, our producer, was like, oh, phase 2. And I was like, Age of Ultron, Ant-Man. And I just saw you, like, went quiet. And I was like, she ain't got a fucking clue what
I was like, I'm just going to sit here and smile because I'm just like, I'm vibing, but I'm not a Marvel girl. It's weird, isn't
Whereas
it?
I am
Yeah.
obsessed.
Yeah. No, I'm still a
honest-
Buffy and zombie stan. Sorry.
Absolutely.
I'm at the
still
other
with you
side.
on that.
Yeah, I'm at the other side.
Yeah.
So.
On a scale of 1 to a whole jar of Biscoff, how you doing this week? Well, the past 2 weeks, because we've been away for 2 weeks.
I know. My brain's just gone, what have we done in the last 2 weeks? I'm actually all right. I think I'm good for the Biscoff.
Brill.
Have we talked since everybody melted?
No, I don't think we've done a podcast since everyone melted.
So apart from melting into a puddle, which again, I'm not gonna.
Oh, Farah nearly died, guys. Farah was not a happy bunny.
I know, like I love the heat, but unless I'm on holiday on a sun lounger drinking a cocktail with a bikini on, I don't want to be at work in a hot room. Like,
also, your flat isn't very good for circulation of the cold air.
Yeah, I love my place, but oh my god, like the insulation is great in the winter, but it just holds heat. Like the walls were warm. Like I just wanted to like touch them to cool down, and it wasn't working, and I was like, but no. Apart from that, I think I'm good. Me good. I think I'm fine. I've had my nephew here. That was cool.
You have.
He works in the same sort of biz we do, but he's behind the cameras. So he's a cameraman. So he films like rugby games and football games and stadium thing, all that sort of stuff. So he works the same ridiculous hours that we do, obviously.
Standard.
Yeah. So we kind of arranged this a while ago, and I had a few days off. He had a few days off. And we've just chilled. We've had a nice little bit of time off. We've cooked food together. We've watched films. We've gone on little walks. Put the world to rights, because that's what we always do when we're together. So yeah, I've actually had a nice little. This is before I go back to like full on crazy gigs, because it's obviously summer. So yeah, so I'm good. I feel a little bit more rested.
That's good.
So yeah, on a scale of 1 to a whole jar of Biscoff, how the devil are you?
I'm really good. I supported Rudimental.
You did? I was waiting for you to say that. Yay!
That was pretty sick. Yeah, that was. Do you know what? It was really good. Like, I got really nervous the night before, and then the morning of, I kind of woke up and was like, I'm so fucking ready for this.
Excited, yeah.
Yeah, like usually I'm like crap in my pants and I'm like, oh my God. But my band were incredible. Everyone was so lovely. The sun was shining. My whole family came.
Yay.
And like Grundy and Bradders came, a couple of friends of mine. And it was a really lovely day. And then like it was one of them of like I was on such a high for the whole weekend, and then like Monday morning I was like, I want to do that every day. So I've kind of had a little bit of a typical Nat Gray, a little bit of a spiral down of like, but what if that's the highlight of my career? What if la la la? And then I was like, no, breathe. Be proud of what you've done.
Yeah.
And I am. I'm so fucking proud. Like
I'm proud.
It couldn't have gone better.
Yeah.
Like even I had a bit of a muck up with my in-ears. One of my in-ears fell out, and I made a joke about it. And I was like, I feel so comfortable here. And I was like, this is so much fun. And I was like, actually, I'm really proud of that. And that's good. It's another stepping stone, and we're on to something else. And la la la. And yeah, so
Good.
I mean, I say no Biscoff, but my mum.
Oh, Natalie
That's my alarm
Gray.
that's my alarm to get my cold brew out of the fridge because I'm a bougie bitch.
Stop it.
I've been brewing cold brew for the past 24 hours and it's ready.
Aiden, what have you done to my friend?
I'm not even ashamed. I've saved so much money brewing my own cold brew,
true.
guys.
You are officially an adult.
I am an adult. What the fuck? So my mum, for those who know my mum, Deb's Treats, she has started making her own Twix bars.
Deb's.
And it's homemade all butter shortbread.
Oh.
Stuffed with Biscoff and then dipped in Cadbury chocolate, right? And then occasionally she puts like little shreds of like white chocolate on top. She made a bunch of them, put them in the fridge. I don't even think they lasted 24 hours. All of us were like, never make these again. And then after the festival, I came home and there was, babe, when I say 2 fucking huge tubs, I'm talking like there was nothing else on that shelf apart from these Biscoff Twix bars.
Oh, Debs.
So as much as mentally I've not needed Biscoff, I have consumed my daily calorie content just in these
Biscoff.
Twix bars. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love your mum's treats. I cannot cope.
Nope.
When it's honestly,
Nope.
I love the fact as well that she doesn't like cake.
She doesn't like sweet things.
But
yeah,
she makes
doesn't like it.
the best. Like, it's addictive. Like, I'm definitely sure she puts drugs in it because
oh, yeah.
you
100%.
can't, like, I feel like a dog when I'm eating it. I just eat until I'm sick because I can't stop myself. They're that good.
Yeah.
Babe,
I can't even I can't explain to you about it because these they're huge slabs. They're not like little tiny Twix bars. And I was sat there like scoffing like 3 a day. And I was like, why have I got a sugar headache? Oh yeah. And my mum's just like, oh, are they any good? Because like honestly, guys, my mum doesn't like. She eats like jumbo walnut whips. That's about and Toblerone. That's about it. Like she prefers like she loves carbs. She prefers like bread and like that sort of stuff. So she just doesn't even taste them. And I'm like, I feel like this is your plan to make us all humongous.
I mean, it's a great plan for world domination.
I know, right?
But Debs, if you're listening, you know where I live. I'll pay for the postage.
Pay for the postage,
Just
Debs.
send me the slabs. Send them to me, okay? Please.
When you come down to London next month, babe, I'll make sure that she sent a massive slab up for you.
Don't, because I'll be really sad and angry if not. Mostly with you.
I'll put it in my diary and I'll tell her that Farah has said.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I'm really buzzing about today's guest.
I'm very excited. Yeah.
We said we're gonna have a short intro and we just absolutely haven't. We've waffled, but it's our podcast, so fuck it. So this week we have Nadia Essex.
Yay!
Who, if you guys are like, I know that name. Why do I know that name? She is the dating expert on Celebs Go Dating, and she's so fucking cool.
She's a love guru. She's amazing.
She is an absolute queen, and I'm buzzing to have her here. So,
I know.
Shall we talk to her?
Let's bring her in.
Okay.
So we have the gorgeous Nadia with us. Hello, my love.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
Great.
Good.
Yeah. The weather's calmed down now, so I think everyone's a bit happier, aren't we?
I mean, I'm not mad. I wasn't mad. I'm a sun baby.
Oh, you enjoyed it.
Well, I mean, I don't know about enjoying it, but I find it really weird. I found it like very strange that we pay thousands of pounds every year to go to that
Yeah.
climate.
This is
And
so true.
when it happened in England, everybody stayed in their house and was scared to go out. I was like, what's happening? Is it like
Yeah.
the government trying to experiment with some like voluntary lockdowns just by telling us we should be scared of a bit of sun? Like, I was like walking down the street, going like, where is everybody? I know it's hot, but
Oh.
it's not like it's not hotter than like Greece.
This is very true. I mean, though, getting on a tube in central London in 40-degree heat was honestly like one of the worst smells I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
I was like, this.
It's not
this ain't for me.
pleasant, but it's not. Yeah, it was just weird. It was like everyone was like, "Oh, I'm not going out today." Not really.
Put some sun cream on, guys. Come on.
Yeah, like
Um,
water, sun cream, job done.
I know. We saw that you were at the Women's Aid event.
Yes.
Yes, we were meant to be there. We were absolutely gutted we couldn't come. So, how was it? Was it great? Did you have a good time?
Oh, it was amazing. I'm not really sort of au fait with the whole NFT
Yeah.
vibe. Like
Yeah.
as far as I know about NFTs, somebody's just like created a digital picture
Yeah.
and it's like a little cartoon and they own the picture but they can sell it to you and you can sell it on, but if you sell it on, the owner of the picture gets a royalty.
Yeah.
I don't actually
Sounds about right. Yeah.
I think so. I don't know. I'd like to know more, but I don't really know. But the event was so good.
Oh,
That's what I
good.
learned from it. That's as far as I got. But it was so fun. It was so good. It was probably one of the most fun events I've been to this year.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it just, when you're like, everybody was in a good mood.
Yeah.
And, I know it's a good cause and everyone was there, but sometimes you can go to these things and people are a bit like, oh, like rolling their eyes, and you can tell people are a bit not bored, but sometimes they're just they're there for like because they have to be, not because they want to be. Everybody I spoke to was just like buzzing and in such a good mood. And it was so nice to meet. I met loads of new people.
Great.
And yeah, just had a really, really fun time. And I didn't want to go home. I had to come home and pick up my son from nursery. And everyone was like, no, don't go. And I was like, trust me, I don't want to go, but I have to go and be a mum now.
Mum duties.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see you at the next one because we're trying to get to some others as well. So we might
be lovely. Yeah, the main reason kind of we wanted to talk to you and like thank you so much for replying to our very unsolicited message. Was we were reading about the app that you are creating, and we'd love to talk a bit more about that and a bit of like why you're so passionate about this. I mean, obviously it's women's safety and rights, but we should all be passionate about it. But if there's any particular reason tell the audience all about it because it's incredible.
Well, I am developing the first ever, certainly in the UK, women's only safety app that covers a kind of range of vulnerabilities, all the way from if you're just feeling a bit vulnerable and you want to like text your mate and say, hey, I'm going to walk home, can you just like here's my GPS, just track me and make sure I get home safe. Through to if you get your drink spiked, then they reckon that in terms of spiking, you've probably got around 2 minutes before the drugs actually kick in.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And they recommend that the statistics say, and I know that statistics are all a bit weird, but they reckon that about 70% of women have that oh crap moment where they know something's wrong and they know something's not right, but by the time they try and find someone or fumble for their phone or try and find help, the drugs have already kicked in. So the point is to make people aware that if you are going on a night out, I want to get all the pubs and venues and bars involved so you can check in when you get to that venue so that the venue knows that you're their patron. They got your profile picture, they know what you look like, and if you have that oh no moment, you literally just press the home button on your phone. It will come through to our call center, so we'll know that you're in trouble, but also the venue will know, so they will come and find you. We can track your GPS so we know exactly where you are. So if you've left the venue, so say for example you're out, you somehow get outside and then you manage to press the button, we can track you, we know exactly where you are, and we can get police to get straight to you.
Wow.
And hopefully we we can't, it's not going to stop drink spiking, but it can stop what happens after you get your drink spiked, hopefully.
Absolutely.
And that's the plan of trying to do that. And then obviously there's the standard emergency, if you're walking down the street, like poor Zara Alina in Ilford a few weeks ago, you're walking home after a night out, you're starting to be harassed, you literally you don't even have to get your phone out, you just press the side button on your phone. Come through to trained call center staff. They're listening in, they're trained, they know what to listen for. Everything's being recorded. So if the attacker smashes your phone out of your hand, or if you lose your phone, we've got all the evidence on our servers, so we're ready to go, and we can listen in and also at the same time speak to authorities and get them to get there. And if Zara Alina had the app, because what happened with her is she was walking home, he harassed her, she rejected him, he then followed her, and then he attacked her. So if she had the app, if it existed, if she'd pressed the button before he attacked her, we would have had police on her.
Wow.
So we could have saved, it genuinely could potentially, hopefully, save lives.
Nadia, that's amazing. Wow.
Yeah,
that's
and there's loads of other sort of features as well. That's the thing. I want it to be really user friendly, really easy, but loads of features. So for example, one feature will be, if you are walking home, you can set your phone to ring every like 5 or 15 minutes.
Right.
Because I genuinely believe that if Sarah Everard's phone had rang while he was pretending to arrest her, he would have run away.
Yeah.
He thought that there was someone trying to get hold of her. There was no way he would have put her in the car, driven her 2 hours out the way. Predators are opportunists.
Absolutely.
And if you don't, even a split second, if a phone rings, that's their, oh gosh, and they run away. They know. So it's trying to remove the opportunity and deter, hopefully help conviction rates go up. And then, we know that the onus should be on men. We know that. That is goes without saying. Men have to change. It's the male predators that are doing the raping and the killing. It has to come from men.
Absolutely.
But I absolutely believe that the real change is generational. So while we wait for men to kind of catch up, because it's coming.
It's coming. Absolutely.
I think we're moving in the right direction. I think, the generations that are coming up, you've got such good programs like sex education and talking about consent, and the younger generation are really understanding like consent, and that's a word. It was never a word when I was growing up. So we're moving forward. It's great. But I just think while we wait, let's use technology. All the technology's there. Nobody's using it. No one's doing it. And why not me? And to go back to your original question, after waffling on,
no, all good.
The reason why is because I've worked in dating now for nearly 10 years. I've been a dating coach.
Oh wow.
And the landscape of dating has changed massively. It's really become like the lines have been really blurred, the etiquette's changed, even more so now because of COVID. Like dating has changed in 10 years. The one thing that has consistently stayed the same is that women don't feel safe going on a date. And they aren't always safe going on a date. And women's vulnerability and women's like anxiousness around the fact that they could go on a date and never come home again has been something that's been consistent. And so it's always been part of my life, because that's what my female clients experience. Every single time they say yes to a date, there is a little, especially online, if they've met them, it's a little bit different. But in online dating, there's always a little bit of, I hope he's not a serial killer.
Absolutely.
And so it's always kind of been in my peripheral, certainly in my space, safety. And in the beginning of the year, I was just sort of getting more and more frustrated about the whole thing, and chatting to some tech guys, and was like, this is just not like, what's happening?
Yeah.
It's not cool. And they were like, yeah, it's going through it. And they're like, the technology's there, no one's using it. And I'm like, well, I suppose I better do it then. Like, now I know that
Yeah.
technology's there, and now I
Yeah.
know that everything's possible. I can't really go to sleep at night and ignore the fact that it's
Yeah.
doable. I just am too lazy to do it. And I'm like, okay, maybe this is a sign from the universe not to be lazy. It's landed on my lap. Go and do it. So here we are, sort of 6 months later, now properly getting into crowdfunding, angel investment, like first round investments,
Amazing.
meeting with the breweries and the venues and the I met with my local MP last week. She's going to try and arrange a meeting with the deputy commissioner for the Met Police.
Wow.
So yeah, just try and get the money from the businesses, because let's face it, big business, they've got the money.
Yeah, they do.
But also try and get the support from the government. I mean, the government just spent 50 million quid on a new telephone line, 888. They think that's their solution to, if you're a woman and you're in trouble, dial 888. And I mean, everybody I've spoken to from women's charities across the country is like, that is not going to save
It's not enough.
a single woman's life.
No. When not enough.
Can you imagine? You get your phone out, you're like, at 999. No, I can't call that 888. Like,
you wouldn't.
It's bonkers. You wouldn't do it. And also, 50 million quid of taxpayers' money. And my project to launch my project and to sustain us for the first 3 months, and then after that, as per my business plan, we should be more than sustainable. The whole project, marketing, everything, every penny would cost 300 grand.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
Exactly. So if you, and that's why I'm like, that's why I'm trying to speak to government, because I'm like, stop wasting public money on things that don't save any lives and won't make a difference. 50 million pounds gone. Because a bunch of old white men sat in a room and went, well, I suppose we better do something.
You're so right.
Let's do a telephone line. That'll do. Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah. Good idea.
They've gone, let's give them their own number so they feel special.
Yeah.
Throw some money at it.
Throw some money at it.
I pray it doesn't happen to me. But if I was in that situation of panic,
I wouldn't know that.
I would literally just be like, I know it's 888, but then I'd be like, oh, I don't know though, because I've never rang it before. So fuck it, I'm just gonna ring the police. 999. Like I wouldn't think anything different.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, this is what's embedded in my skull.
So, and that's and the embeddedness, trying to change that embeddedness.
Yeah.
When you, I mean, I don't even know what you'd spend 50 million pounds on. I don't. Do you know what I mean? How
bloody knows of our government?
You know, like how. Is it a different call center? I mean, nobody knows. Like, it's just
what I mean.
It came out in the press, and I think they obviously thought that they were like, yeah, we were going to get pats on the back. It completely flopped, and so now you don't see it anywhere. And everyone I've spoken to is like, really? And I'm like, because they're not advertising it.
Yeah,
it's an absolute royal.
Well, that's the thing. Like, even you saying it, like we get a lot of like notifications, and people send us a lot of stuff. Being like, have you seen this? Have you seen this? I heard about this when we did a podcast talking about like the things they were gonna do to help, and they mentioned it, and that is the last I've heard of it.
There you go.
And I didn't even know it was 888.
Happened.
I had no idea. Whereas like even like the idea of having an app, I would feel safer anyway because I know it's there. Like I know that it's on my phone. If in doubt, it's there. Like I don't really have to do anything. It's there.
And it's part of creating a community as well. And that's why it's like passport verified, driver's license verified, women only, trying to create a community and a really like genuine safe space of women that it's embedded. They know that if they go out, they're that little bit safer, and they don't have to feel as anxious. I know people that don't even go out anymore. They're like, can't be bothered.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
It's not worth it. You're going to go out, spend, £10.50 on a cocktail, get chatted up by, the worst guy in the room, get followed home, get harassed. Like, what
The problem is it's not even at night anymore. I was literally saying this to Farah the other day. My sister works at a gym in Chelsea, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go down and see it because it's far too posh for me, but I'll go and have a look. And on my walk home in a lovely area, I got followed by two guys just shouting stuff at me, and I pretended I had my headphones in, and I was like, obviously I don't listen to music, but I just have them in as a deterrent.
Yep.
And they literally carried on shouting stuff. They started calling me like a frigid bitch. They were like, you're ugly anyway. And I was like, it's 2:00 in the afternoon and I'm terrified.
Yeah.
And I ended up like, there was a Sainsbury's and I just went and stood in Sainsbury's for like 20 minutes. I was just like, this is ridiculous. Like, why is that okay? Why do you think that's okay to do that and intimidate me?
Well, because it's normalized. I mean, I saw a TikTok yesterday that Drake had posted a picture on his Instagram of a woman who was sitting having lunch or dinner by herself, like in a cafe or in a restaurant, and she was just sitting there having, you know, a nice meal by herself. And he posted the picture on his Instagram to his like 120 million followers, and was like something like this girl's too pretty to be sitting on her own, or you know, just something really really inappropriate, like you're too cute to be sat by yourself or something. And it's like she was literally sitting in her own space doing her own thing, and not for 1 second thought that, you know, 120 million people are about to see her. And also, like, you're too, like, to make it as if like you're too pretty to be sitting on your own. What if she was fat? Would you have done the same thing? What if she, what if she was your version of ugly?
Yeah.
Like, just like, stop it, Drake. Like, men, stop it.
Yeah.
This is the small. They think, oh yeah, like she's so like pretty privileged. Yeah, she's so cute. Yeah, put her on blast. Yeah, she shouldn't be sitting by herself. Maybe she
not
wants
okay.
to.
She probably would rather sit by herself than sit with somebody with you who has that mindset.
Well, and my this is the thing of like how we get to the stage where men think it's okay to shout at you in the street, because men they admire, Drake,
do it,
are literally pinpointing women, oppressing women, and being sexist to their followers, and normalizing that behavior that's not okay.
It's the same with stuff like Love Island. Like, obviously, I know there's a lot of things coming out now, like Women's Aid are trying to get involved and help, because I've got mates that are watching Love Island and they laugh at things like gaslighting and things that are like really pushing people over. And like, I really respect Amy Hart from a few years ago, who left the villa when it got a bit hard and said, and she was like, this ain't good for my mental health. I'm being made to be someone I'm not. I'm going to leave. And it was something like, I remember watching Celebs Go Dating with you and being like, I love the way you would literally speak to guys after dates and be like, why did you say it that way? Why are you having those thoughts? That's not okay. Like, it's really upsetting watching this be entertainment, because that's kind of what it's turned into. It's entertainment that girls are crying or girls are being paired off against each other, and like, how is that allowed?
Okay for young people to sit and watch it and think that's the normal dating life when they go out, and it's not.
But the thing is, it is. That's what's scary.
Yeah,
they are representing the male species and the female, but let's just talk about men for a minute. They're representing the male species at the moment, and that scares the living daylights out of me. That these guys think that this behavior, because I feel like I need to go back and rewatch Love Island, because I don't remember it being so blatantly obvious that boys think that gaslighting a girl is it just comes so easy for them. It's horrid. So natural. It's so easy. And I don't remember it being like that. I can't remember having such strong feelings about it in like 1, 2, and 3 and stuff.
See, I only watched one season. I was in like a little friendship group at the time, like the dancers I was using for a tour I was doing all watched it. And so I was like, well, I'm going to watch it because everyone's talking about it on tour. And like, I remember it was the year of Amy Hart, and I remember getting so angry because I was just like, I wish I could just show you what's just happened and what they've just said about you. And but they're pretending they haven't. And it really it was a really triggering thing, because I was like, wow, everyone's laughing at this. And everyone's putting worth onto the fact she looks great in a bikini, or saying little comments. And I'm just like, this is not acceptable that you guys think that's okay and look up to being that.
Yeah. and
It's
want
mad
do
to
that.
think like, so I obviously spend a lot of time on TikTok, like it's my favorite platform at the moment, and I know that it's probably about to be banned because it's all very much like China are literally listening to our phones, and it's all going back to China. It's very dodgy TikTok. It's
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
unbelievably dodgy.
But the dog videos are great.
But
Yeah.
oh, I'm on spiritual TikTok, so I'm on stripper TikTok and spiritual
Same.
TikTok.
Oh, I love
I don't,
that.
I don't know how,
I
but
love
that's
it.
the algorithm. So I just get literally loads of strippers just counting their money. And in America, they put their money into like the washing machine. So
Oh.
they get all the ones and then they have to clean it because it's obviously gross. So they put it in the washing
Oh,
machine, they wash it and dry it, and then they bring it. It's so, oh my God, it's amazing.
I'm
that's
going
hilarious.
straight on that after. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
that's
telling
brilliant.
you, get on stripper TikTok. It's amazing.
love
That's
it.
amazing.
But on but on TikTok, what was I going to say? Lost my track. Now I'm just thinking about strippers.
I know, same.
Yeah,
Get
it's
it?
also a very scary platform, TikTok. Like we put a post up about when we first launched Take Back the Beat, and we got so much open hate from men being like
young boys as
young
well.
men, like
Young
14,
boys.
being like, oh, for God's sake, like can't even look at a girl now without it being rape. And we were like, no. That's not a thing. And like telling us to shut up and no one cares. And it's
And they
the
were
more
saying
I
it was like,
scroll,
sorry,
go
they
for
were
it.
like, oh, it's one girl, one time, fucking get over it. That was one of the comments. I was
Yeah.
like, well, it's not one girl, one time, or one, you know.
No.
But these are young, like one of them looked about 10 years old because they did a
Yeah.
video to us, like a duet thing. And I said to Nat, I was like, how, like, who are raising these boys? Like,
Absolutely.
That scares me. That
And
really,
it's
really
the
scares
more
me.
you scroll and you see comments that I'm like, that's not okay. Like that's why would you think that's okay to post that publicly, let alone say it or think it? And it's really, I love TikTok for the dog videos, and I love watching like cakes being made. It's really, really lovely. It makes me very hungry. But I can't be on it too long if I see things like this, especially with the music side of the world. And I get comments all the time being like, oh, I had one the other week that was like, oh, she's a bit too fat to be a singer. And I was like, hun, who gave you the right to make that assumption about me?
Yeah.
Like
What?
it's a very scary place, and it's
It's the thing about TikTok is the realest platform you'll ever be on though.
yeah,
Because Instagram's just fake for the fake
Yeah,
filter people.
just filters.
Like, yeah, just filters. There's no sense of realness.
No.
Twitter's obviously just people shouting at themselves on on a platform. Like the big thing about
Yeah.
when the woman had the argument with the tea bags and was like, "Hun, you're literally shouting at tea. You know,
Yeah.
literally, you're just shouting at yourself."
I love
TikTok
it.
is like the realist. You're gonna get very raw,
Yeah.
real experience of
Yeah.
life, and it's tough because it's tough out there. It's
Yeah.
like it's scary because I think because it was kind of it's marketed as like a kids app, but also lots of
Yeah.
adults use it. So I feel like there's that middle hormonal age
Yeah.
that come on, and they're just really, really like that's where they express like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just lay their anger and emotions, especially
Yeah.
at women. But if I mean things like that, just delete, comment, block, delete,
Absolutely.
block,
Yeah.
and keep posting, because I think the thing TikTok won't be around forever. They've already sent the head commissioner guy has already sent a letter to Google and Apple to tell them to take down the platform.
Oh wow.
Well, yeah, because they literally like China is literally listening to phones through TikTok, and obviously American are like they're getting our secrets.
Oh
They
my God, it's
sent
just
a letter
so
being like, you have to stop
Yeah.
selling on your platform, like it has to stop.
Yeah.
So it's not around forever, but it's the easiest platform to go viral
Yeah.
on.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. Hence why as singers, both me and Farah are on it and like plugging our tours, plugging our new music. It's amazing. And people like Sam Ryder, like it's incredible.
Yeah.
But then I did a real post. I was held at gunpoint years and years ago.
Wow.
Just random gang initiation attack.
No way.
And I spoke about it on my TikTok. And some kid literally commented saying, I wish the bullet had gone off. And I said to Farah, I was so triggered and so scared. And I was like, what if this kid finds out where I live? What if this? And obviously my brain goes to, the be all and end all, and I was really triggered by PTSD and like didn't want to go out, didn't want to do anything because of one comment. And it's really scary because it's like, this is a real thing and this really happens in lives. Like, I've spoken to people and they go, oh, it's not that bad for women. Like, come on. Like, you can go for a run if you want. You can walk home. And you're like, no.
Literally.
Genuinely, I can't. Like, genuinely, like, that's not a thing. Like, my boyfriend brought me a rape alarm because I've got a dog and I'm terrified to walk her. And he was just like, right, how can it make you feel better when I'm not there? Here's a rape alarm. Here's this. Make sure you send me your location. And I hate the fact I have to do that to feel safe.
I got a very amazing voice note from one of my girlfriends a couple of weeks ago. And she basically was like, just venting. And I said to her, one day I'm going to post on socials because you've just articulated exactly how I think all women feel. And she was like, so I got the bus home, and she said, I got off at the bus stop, and she said, I wanted to walk home, but I knew it wasn't safe. It was, later at night. And I was annoyed because I wanted to walk home. I felt good. I wasn't drinking, but I wanted to walk home. But it was dark. I didn't feel, it wasn't necessarily a safe route. So she said, I looked on Uber and it was going to cost me £9 in an Uber. And she was like, I'm sick of like the women tax.
Yeah.
It is literally a women tax that I have to pay £9 to get from my local bus stop to my door to make me safe. And that is something that a man would not do. He would not. No. He would just get off the bus and walk home.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm not paying it. So she started walking. Lo and behold, she starts getting followed. There's this guy comes, starts following her. So she does the whole stop, play with her phone as if she's sort of texting, lets him walk past her. Carries on walking. He's in front. He then does the same trick back on her. Stop.
Oh shit.
Plays with his phone, so she walks past. So now she's like, okay, this now could be something. And I definitely don't feel safe. And she, across the other side, like far on the other side of the road, she saw two guys walking a dog. Yeah. And she literally was like, they could be the rapists. They could be murderers. But this guy could be as well. Do I take my chances with the two guys and a dog and hope that they don't attack me? Or do I just keep walking and hope that this guy doesn't attack me? And she was like, I'm going to take my chances. So she ran over to the two guys. Luckily, they were lovely. They had the dog. They had reason to be outside at that time. And they were really nice. She was like, I felt like that was the right call to make.
Yeah.
Got home and she was furious. She was furious with herself because she was so scared that she was angry at herself for being so scared. She was furious at the guy because she literally was like, he could genuinely have killed me. I could have literally been Sarah Everard Part 2. Like, if I hadn't have seen these guys and ran, my life could be over. He could have attacked me like this. My life could have just been saved. And she said, but at the same time, I want to go back and punch his lights out. Because I just want to walk home and not have to pay a woman tax just because I exist. And I was like, I get it. I'm angry for you.
Yeah. Oh,
it's infuriating.
But that is it. That is it in a nutshell. Like,
well, Zara Alina. She walked everywhere because she believed that women should be able to walk home. And she had her trainers and she was walking to her house and she never made it home. There is a real, genuine possibility that we can go out with our friends on a night out or go out on a date and never come back.
And that is, my sister is single and she's on all the dating apps. And genuinely, when she tells me about dates, I am filled with anxiety and I will be messaging her constantly. And to the point of it's got with, she had a guy that she was messaging a bit. And when she said, I'm going to meet up with him, my own boyfriend turned around and went, can you send me your location? And he was like, because I'm aware of it. And he's like, I hate that. But at the same time, like, as much as I hate it, I'm going to play the game because it's that or what? She might not make it home.
Yeah. What's the alternative?
Yeah. And it's bullshit. Like, it's absolute bull. Why are we being like prosecuted?
And we have to, exactly. And it has to stop. And it has to stop somewhere. You know, it may never stop completely, but it's definitely getting out of hand.
Oh, I feel like it's everywhere at the moment. Like everywhere I go on social media, there's that video. Was it a TikTok video or a Twitter video that went viral of a girl in Cardiff, I think, and she was getting harassed. And it's like, this happens on a daily basis, like to the point of I did an appearance at a music venue for a DJ, and I knew I had to get the tube there, so I went in like trackies and a big hoodie because my outfit was quite small, and I was like, I'm now boiling hot and uncomfortable, but I've done that so that no one says anything to me on the tube. Why have I done that? Like, it's ridiculous.
Getting on public transport after 10 o'clock in the evening is something that I avoid if I can, because some drunk person is going to start on you. I mean, I was on the train the other day reading a book and couldn't have been more earphones in, reading a book. Yeah. And I still get the whole like tapping this end of the book, you know, trying to chat and then being like, oh, you're so fucking moody. And I'm just like, get a grip and go away from me.
Smile, it might never
smile,
happen.
darling.
Oh.
Yeah. Leave me, like, imagine doing that. Like, I would never in a million years do it to a stranger who looks a bit unhappy or just going about their business, being like, smile.
Going about their business.
Just a straight face, like, just be like, cheer up, babe, cheer up, darling. What? Who are you?
Weird. It's such a weird thing that men, like, I don't know who started the trend, because it's such a gendered thing. Like, women just would never.
No.
Thing, like,
we'd ask if someone was okay.
Like, what did it to be like? Oh my god, stop it! Like, what is it that they think is going to happen from them, like teasing us? Or
I think they think that. I think that they think that that's how they open a line of communication, and you know, want to have a bit of, even if they're married or even if they've got a girlfriend, they're bored and they want to have a bit of fun with, you know, a pretty girl.
Playthings.
And that's how they pass the time, because they try and get some back and forward going, and it's so like, we just want to live, want to live and exist, and not, you know, I don't want to have to walk around smiling. I don't want to have to, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, I had a gym top on the other day, and it was like, it's a gym top and I'm quite booby, and that's, you know, what I was born with. And I had a gym top on, and gym tops have to be quite tight when you know, they've got to be tight, because otherwise I'll keep knocking myself out. And literally under, I was going towards the gym, and under this guy's breath, he was like, oh, you know, I wasn't sure if he'd actually said it, but you know, when you're afterwards, you're like, yeah, he definitely did. But it was basically like, showing off her tits or something, you know, something on those lines. I'm like, am I showing off my tits, or do I just have tits and I'm just going to the gym?
I'm just like, existing.
I'm just existing. They're part
and
of
also like, if I want to show them off, I have great boobs. Go away.
And
like,
if I want
to
show them off, exactly. You know. And so it's just these little things that happen on a daily basis to most women. I think again, it makes me angry and tired both equally at the same time.
Agree.
But that's amazing that you're channeling that and doing this app. Like, does it have a name yet? Can you tell us the name?
The Safety app.
The Safety app. Love it.
Literally, the mission is to make sure women always get home safely.
I love that.
Release date? Have we, you know?
Not yet. No, I'm hoping this year. That's what I'd like. I'm hoping by the end of the year we can get it signed off and we can get it going, and just because, you know, from day one, you know, users will be safer. I genuinely believe that.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, I want other things in it as well. Like, I don't want people to use the app.
Obviously, yes, of course.
That's really what I really don't want people to use the app. And I'd love one day to have to delete it altogether, because it's not needed. I mean, that genuinely would be the goal. I can then go back to focusing on dating. We all live happy. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no problem with me. The app, I'm good.
Absolutely.
Right. But for now, I know that's not the case. And I want people not to use it, but I want them to remember they've got it. So there'll be like a back page of like loads of offers, you know, that you can get like a free pizza or
love that.
10% boohoo or whatever, just like little discounts as well for part of the community, so that even though you come on the app and you hopefully won't use the app, you'll know it's there because you'll be getting offers and you'll be
Yeah.
using it to like get some
Be
free
reminded.
or discounts. So you'll be reminded, because it takes a while to get it embedded. I need to make sure that if you are in a venue and you've been spiked, that you can press the button and you know
Yeah.
you're to safely. You're not trying to fumble. You're not trying to think. It needs to be
Yeah.
so clear cut that, like with Zara, she's walking down the street, someone harasses her, she puts her hand in her pocket, she presses her home button 3 times, and she knows that everything's being recorded and that there's a level of safety. And then also what I want to do is have a part of the app where you can get a unique reference code, so that if you are on a night out and you literally have lost your purse or been left by your mates, then we will pay for your taxi to get home.
Oh wow.
Just so that we know that you're absolutely 100% safe. And then obviously, we follow that up with duty of care calls, and we make sure if people use that option, because a lot of people are, people will abuse it. We will abuse it. I don't think they will. If you create a culture of, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
That this is an option where, if like, you cannot get home, and your only alternative is, I was speaking to a girl the other day, she got on the night bus because that was the only, something happened and she couldn't get an Uber or something, and so she got on the night bus. She fell asleep on the night bus and she woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning in the station on the night bus, and I'm like, what happened? Like, how did no one know? Like, what? And she was like, I literally do not know. I don't have a clue. Anything could have happened to her. She doesn't know. And she was across the other side of London. And I'm like, sometimes, for the sake of a 20 quid Uber,
do it.
Use your code, get home safe. Like, don't be getting on a night bus and falling asleep and putting yourself in really dangerous situations. And
absolutely.
then part of that side of it as well is, I want to like do like have people like donate to it. So there's like a funding side of it. So for example, for Christmas you can give us a gift of 20 quid, and that means that someone can get home safe. And make it like
lovely,
actually part communities, and everybody can join in, so there's like a pot available, so that if needs be, they can use their code and they can get home. Like, literally just want people to get home. That's all.
That's such a lovely like things I've done before, like when I've had like no money, like been like literally like, I am so broke, I don't know what to do, I can't get home, I'm gonna have to get a night bus or walk. And you go, actually, do you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go onto my like credit card and do it, because actually that's more important. But some people aren't in those positions, so that's really lovely.
I had a woman, I'll never forget, I was at Wimbledon Station, I had a woman come up to me and sobbing. She was only young, she must have been in her mid-20s, sobbing, please help me, I can't get home, I don't know what to do. And I gave her 20 quid, and I was like, go get a taxi, like, no problem. And it's one of those ones, are you sure she needed the money, blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, you can look in someone's eyes and whether they're on the scrounge or whether they need it. And she she'd lost her phone, she'd lost her purse, she'd been out with their friends, they'd all left her. And that's what happens sometimes, you go out with your girlfriends and they all turn on you and they leave, if you're kissing a guy and they get jealous, especially in your 20s, it's quite normal to kind of like argue with your mates on a night out and then end up having to get home by yourself. And I'm a big believer in, like, I never want to stop those things. I'm not like the fun police. I don't want to stop those things from happening. It's a rite of passage. You have to go on a night out. You have to fall out with your mates. You have to be too drunk and end up in a ditch somewhere, or you know what I mean. You got to cry. You got to do these things. But I need to make sure that you do those things, but then you get home okay.
And it's safe,
you're safely.
Yeah.
That's a really great thing. Like, we had someone come on, a guy called Paul, who's in Outlander, and he runs a gym in Glasgow, and it's free for any survivors. And we said to him, we were like, how do you know if they're a survivor? And he was like, that's down to them, to be honest. He's like, I'm not asking for proof, I don't need anything. If you tell me you're a survivor, I'm gonna believe you. And I remember being like, that is, as survivors, that is so lovely to hear, that we're not having to go, look at the bruises, or look at this. Like, you just accept it and go, that's great, and that is humankind. And it's so great that you're going to build that community, like, of women to
And
support
it
each
stems
other.
from the top, doesn't it? Like community guidelines, community ethos, it all
Yeah.
comes from the mission statements around it.
Yeah.
And you can create a community of women that have each other's backs, that don't want to take the piss, that believe in the app,
Yeah.
believe in, do you know what I mean? Like that you can easily create that mindset, but it
Yeah.
has to really come from the top down, not the people up. And
Yeah.
so for me, it's like everyone that's working on the project, everyone involved has some kind of like real passion behind
Yeah.
it, like really for it. Like the guys that are doing the app, the tech guys, they're men, but
Yeah.
they are part of the Muslim community, and they're very much like, we know that cultural mindsets need to change, and
Yeah.
certainly, you know, lots of different religions have a very oppressive mindset still around women, and we know that needs to change. And we know that if we can be seen in our community to be helping something like this, people at the beginning will go, oh, not sure I like that, but then they'll see, hopefully, like the gravitational pull that it will have, and people will go, and they'll start to get it, and they'll start to normalize it, and then it becomes, oh, you know, proud of you. And so they're you know, they're really, bless them, they're so supportive, and they're really behind it. And I'm really grateful that you know, they are as passionate as me about the whole project, because, you know, some men aren't. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people, you just have to look at how many men were quiet during the whole like overturning of the Wade, the abortion thing. Like there's a lot of very, very, very quiet men, very loud women.
It's very strange you saying that. Like, we've noticed when we started the podcast, even when we start, because obviously we do it as a music tour as well, and when we started it, people started gravitating towards us who had experiences, and they tended to be men. And we were like, this is really strange, like, just because that's just our experiences. And they were men whose girlfriends have been through it, or partners, or mums, or family members, or who are survivors themselves, but who don't really want to make too much of a stand as themselves, but are willing to help others. And that's been really eye-openingly amazing. Obviously there's been a few step backs, and I mean, I had someone in the music industry tell me that they don't believe in supporting artist politics, so therefore I wasn't for them. I don't see women's rights or safety as politics, but that's my stance. But it is really lovely how many people have gone, actually, this is a really fucking important thing that needs to change, because like you said, it's a generational thing. And if we can start doing it now, if we can go to kids at school, if we can go into schools and teach and be like, don't do this, like, be respectful humans, great. It's a better world for everyone.
And I think that, because a lot of people say to me, you know, about the app and the sort of business model, and I've intentionally set it up as a social enterprise rather than a charity, because I genuinely believe that one, you can make more money in terms of it's a private enterprise, and so therefore, you know, you are making profit, but then the profit can go back into communities. And I think that, and you're much more able to do that than have a charity. Charities are very bound by really strict rules and regulations about things that happen. Where with a social enterprise, it's very much like you're kind of, it's okay to, like, as long as you know, got your core mission and you're doing what you said you would do, then you're kind of good. And so you're able to, and one of the things I was speaking to my local MP about is a massive part of what I want to do is invest in like community centers.
Great.
Because I think that boys, especially boys don't have any outlets anymore, and community centers are being shut, kids groups are being shut, like it's all, there's just no resources. And you just, like, groups of men together are, if they're all motivated and positive, like I get tingles when I see a group of young guys and they're I don't know, just trying to do something, and they're all in it and they're all focused. It makes me so happy. I saw a video the other day again on socials, and it was under like first lockdown reminiscing. And it was about 20 black guys on the streets, and a police officer was walking over, and the guy was screaming, knees up, knees up right now, do some star jumps. And they obviously all started pretending that we're doing exercise. The police officer was in fits of laughter. The boys were laughing. Everyone was high-fiving. And you know, when you're just like, that's a really like a moment of like,
That's lovely.
These guys are just, you know, they're having a bit of fun, but they're literally standing on the street. You know, they've got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And so I feel like community centers and support centers and you know, helping funding for like sports, a lot of sports for guys, and like you say, just investing in the boys because they're going to become the men, and we have to make sure they're non-misogynistic and they, you know, believe in equality, and that only happens through education, and it doesn't happen through taking away resources. It doesn't happen through taking away their opportunity to speak to somebody, have a mentor, you know, have somebody that can guide them in what's right and wrong that isn't their parents, because no boy wants to listen to his parents. Like they need role models and mentors, and not the type of role models that are going to call out a woman for just sitting and having a drink by herself. Like that's not
ridiculous.
That's not the role models we want. We want role models that, you know, focus their energies. And so that's why I've chosen to do a social enterprise, because I think that the money that is made can be much better spent in really putting back into local communities to help boys become well-rounded men.
Good men. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Everything you're doing is so incredible. Like it's just really heartwarming.
Yeah, the other half of our team, our sound engineer and Simon is the producer of the podcast. You know, they're incredible men who are involved in this, who actually went out of the way to be involved in it because they're so passionate about it and really want to help and things like that. So it does just prove, do you know what I mean? Like, and they're
there.
You know, sometimes our sound engineer, shout out to Mike,
who's ditched us for a music festival, but it's fine.
How dare you?
How dare you?
He calls us sometimes and he's like, I'm just editing, like I'm just checking in with you guys, like, are you okay? You know, he was like, I found this so heavy, like, are you okay? Like things like that. I'm just like, what a gem, you know. And we've got a little group, we're always checking in on each other and things like that. So it's just like you said, it's building that community between us all as well, men and women, to get an understanding, instead of going, oh well, I'm not one of them men, like God.
That's
you know
that's
I mean?
the most
get the backup about it, and I'm like, well, it sounds like you are.
so unhelpful. Like it's literally the most unhelpful phrase that you can say. But there are good men. I mean, I literally working with on Celebs Go Dating, working with Tom and Paul. I mean, two of the very best men I think I'll probably ever meet. In every possible way. And Paul, you know, Tom is exactly how you see on TV. He's exactly that. And he is just, there isn't a kind of bad bone in his body. Like he just doesn't ever think everything's rose tinted glasses. And he just is, I look at him and it's like, you know, sometimes you're just like, how do you survive? Like so positive. You see the good in everyone and everything. I love that. How is that? Like, life is so different from you to me, and he's just brilliant. And then Paul is fundamentally one of the best human men I've ever met. He takes full responsibility for every part of his life, the bad and the good. He is raising, without doubt, two of the most going to be very, very successful. If they're not like winning the Nobel Prize or prime minister or like American presidents, like his kids, they're like him and Paul and Jill are raising their kids that I look at his Instagram and I'm like, I'm writing notes. Like they're old. Zeke's 2, my son's 2. His kids are like at pre-teen, you know, but I'm still writing notes being like, this is such good.
It's gold dust.
Like, this is such good parenting. Like, I need to write it down. He's the best parent and the best husband that anybody can learn on. So if you're a guy and you don't have any good role models, go and follow those 2 men on Instagram, because their content will show you how to be better as a man, will show you how to get involved, but not put yourself too far out there that you feel uncomfortable, because it just comes natural. Like these are the 2 men you should be following, because they will show you how it's done.
I love that. I'm going to follow them.
Oh, you must.
Absolutely.
Honestly, brilliant. And Paul's really good because, I mean, Tom, he does his word of the day, which is always hilarious.
Yes,
But
I've got Tom
Paul-
already, but Paul, I'm on
but
it.
Paul does, he does a lot of like Q&As. So he'll do like Sarah and James have been going out for a year, and he cheated at the beginning. Should he tell him? And it's all, you really get
That's really
invested, being like,
interesting.
oh, I don't know. Oh, let me think about it. And then you put your answers, and you see if he's put the answer. It's so, honestly, the way he runs his Insta, I love it. It's really interactive. But yeah, what he posts as well is like you're still consuming like good stuff.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, you will never regret following. I'm telling you.
I'm
he's
gonna
brilliant.
go follow, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And just stalk for like 10 days.
Oh, you
just like what's
must.
happening.
Yeah,
Go
I mean,
through
like
everything.
literally.
Yeah, I'll be 52 weeks deep. Like, oh, hi guys.
Yeah, it's just like, honestly, you'll even when you do, because every 6 months I do it like an Instagram cull, because I've got to get rid of people that are just too much. You will never be culled. Him and Tom, they're lifers.
Okay,
Lifers.
We're on it. We're on
Absolutely. Thank you, Nadia, so much. We won't take up any more of your day, but you are just a human dream. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Lizzie.
everything you're doing for women's safety, just legend.
Congratulations on the app. And
Yes.
I will definitely be downloading it. I
Oh,
pray,
100%.
This sounds weird, but I pray I never have to use it.
Same.
Yeah.
In the best way, but I cannot wait. Everything that
Yeah.
you've just said about that is one of the most incredible things I've honestly ever heard. And I think in the
thank
sense
you.
of stepping forward in the best way for women,
Yeah.
instead of throwing 50 million at a freaking number, I feel like you've just said everything in that sentence. I hung on to every word and I cannot wait. So congratulations. And thank you. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Lizzie.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank
talking
you.
to us. Yeah. How, if people want to donate, if people want to get involved, how do they find the app? What's the best way?
Just all through my socials. I think
Great.
it's just at Lady Nadia Essex. Everything's like the links are in my bio. Everything's
Brilliant.
on there. And my DMs are open. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing. You are a dream. Thank you so much. I'm going to say goodbye. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
so
Bye
much,
bye.
darling.
That was Nadia Essex.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh,
Wow.
I love her. I am actually like a little bit in love with her.
I'm in awe. I don't think I literally held on to every word. Like at one point, I think I forgot that we were recording and that I needed to speak.
Yeah, I know
listened.
what you mean.
I just listened. The app that she is doing and working on.
What a great idea.
Thank the Lord, because like we were talking about, people can throw a shit ton of money at a situation.
Yeah.
But we don't see an outcome. They just go, oh, I'm going to put this money in. And people are like, well done. Tinder supports women. Well, no, you don't, because you haven't actually provided us with any details or done anything about it. This woman knows exactly what she's doing. And that app could honestly, genuinely save lives.
Yeah, 100%. It's that whole thing though, isn't it? Like what she was saying. She's like, I don't want it to be successful. I want people to delete it. I want it to never have to be used.
Yeah.
But unfortunately it will be. And you can just tell she's doing it because she wants change. And it's the whole thing what she was saying of like, it's all well and good people saying they support stuff, but what is actually going on in fucking doing?
Yes.
Like what are people actually doing? So yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
Nadia, you just
dream. Well done.
Round of applause.
Round of applause for you.
If you guys do want to go and check out more about the app, more about Nadia, what she's doing, or if you want to donate, if you are in that position to do so, check her out on all socials. She's Lady Nadia Essex. Obviously, we will share everything on our own socials, so you can link easily to her.
Yeah.
But sick.
Yeah. Absolutely chuffed with that. She's amazing. So thank you. I'm just going to keep saying it.
I know. I love when we keep getting like these strong, amazing people on and we're just like, yeah, what a queen. What a great person.
Inspirational.
Yeah. I have a win of the week.
Go on then. I was going to stop you and then I realised I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'll give you it.
No, because it's not even what you think it's going to be.
Oh.
My win of the week goes to...
Why are you looking at me like that? I wish you could all see what she's looking at me like.
A magical pill called
Fexofendine. Yes. We're not drug pushing because it's a hay fever tablet, but yeah, I'm with you. I get them.
Literally took one the morning of my big gig on Saturday. I had a word with myself. I was like, do not sneeze, do not cough, please. Like, I'll let you be ill. I will give you pizza. I will let you have a lie-in. Like, I will be lovely to you. I'll exfoliate for fuck's sake. Literally. All day, babe, not a sneeze. I was laying in the grass at one point. I had a little blanket and I was sat on hay.
Yeah.
Not a sneeze. I then got home in the evening and was like sneezing so much and coughing and my eyes were watering, but that's because it had worn off. But I am now in love with fexofenadine. Fexofenadine.
It's a
Get
little
not drug pushers, guys.
No.
But for those who are suffering with hay fever really badly, you can go to your local pharmacy and ask for it. And it's honestly
Do you
changed
know what?
my life.
It's great. No, for real, it's great as well because it's non-drowsy. So
Yes.
the good thing is, like, when we're doing these long days and driving to gigs that are a million miles away, you've not got the same side effects as you would like over the counter.
Absolutely.
Where you feel like a little bit off your tits. But this one, literally, I just nearly choked. Sorry. I need to take my. I haven't had my pill today.
Yeah, I'm taking your fexofenadine.
Yeah, but this one genuinely is. It's like that, isn't it? Straight away.
Oh, straight away.
So-
And like, I mean, obviously, if you guys, please talk to your doctors. I'm not telling you to go and get drugs, but please talk to your doctors. There are side effects. And if you have weak kidneys and weak bladders like me, not bladders, livers, that's the right word. If you have weak kidneys and weak livers like me, you have to be a bit careful with it. But honestly, just talk to your doctors because it's, hay fever. Hopefully we're coming out of it, but that just saved my bacon. So that's my win of the week. Did you have a win of the week?
Compared to our pink little pill, no.
No, great.
I'm a stan. I stan this shit. I'm there with you.
I stand with fexofenadine.
Yeah. Well done, whoever made that.
Well done, Mr. Fexofenadine.
Mister.
Right, we love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in again to Take Back the Beat, Voice Notes, the Waffle podcast.
Hey, we love waffling. There's nothing wrong with a waffle.
In the morning, I'm making waffles.
Right, on that note, love you.
Right, bye. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
We do apologise if anyone was triggered by any of the dialogue we used today. We are still learning and we are only just beginning to talk about our own experiences. We're aware that trigger warnings are completely different for everybody, so please bear with us. We love you all. We also want to hear your experiences. If there's anything you'd like to share with us, any stories, anything you are happy to discuss on this podcast, you can stay anonymous if you would like. Please send us an email at takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. That's takebackthebeattour@gmail.com. You can also find us on social media at Take Back the Beat. Thanks, guys. We love you all.